All right, we're live. Hello, everyone who's out there and watching this. This is Duncan. I am back. Duncan, I'm the founder of 1 Hour Wills and SDG Law PLLC. I am an attorney in Kentucky. So you should know, yes, this is strictly speaking attorney advertising material, as it says right at the bottom of the screen there. Don't let that put you off, because I want to talk to you today about something that's really important. I was talking to actually a seminary family here recently that was considering using my service. They turned out to be Florida residents, even though they're here temporarily for school. So I couldn't help them. But a question came up in the course of our conversation. And the question was this: your prods, what you're charging, Duncan, for 1 Hour Wills is $297 for a married couple to do a complete package of documents, including a 1 hour consultation with us. How is that better? Why would I do that instead of using Dave Ramsey's online service, where at least this person was under the impression you could get a whole will package for $129. So why would I pay almost more than twice as much to work with you? And I thought it was a great question, because I hadn't looked at Dave Ramsey's stuff before in terms of this online service. So right out of the gate, Dave Ramsey has done some amazing work in the lives of millions of people. He's helped thousands, if not millions of people become debt-free and have better financial lives. And for that, we're all grateful. One of the things that Dave has told people is that they should absolutely do their wills. Matter of fact, if you look in the Facebook post above or the YouTube show notes below, you'll see a link where he's got his car rant. He's sitting in his car and he's telling people, do your wills. It's fantastic. And it's great counsel. The question is, how should you do it? Okay, because let's take a look at Dave's blog for just a minute. And what you'll see on this post, just so you can see right up at the top, all right, he heads it up. What is a will and why do you need one? Not do you need one, but here are the reasons you need one. What you'll notice is that the picture here has a guy carrying some legal documents. It says Mama Bear legal forms on here. That is not an accident. So it turns out that as you go through here and read this post, all kinds of good reasons to get a will done, to be sure. What's the conclusion? Yes, you need a will. Doesn't matter who you are, you absolutely need one. Now, this is the bit that I think is really important. Making a will has come a long way from long meetings with an attorney. You can easily create your will online, get your will set up today, and we have the testimonial from our friend Ryan here that using this service, which we'll show you in just a second, is way cheaper than an attorney. It was really easy to complete. They just had their wills notarized and they're all set. I want to focus on this bit right here. Oh, so when you click there, where do you go? Well, here you go. So here's Dave Ramsey's Protect Your Future with a Will, an online will. And look, Mama Bear legal forms. So it turns out that the Dave Ramsey branded site, it's an affiliate page, right? Dave Ramsey isn't creating these documents. Mama Bear legal forms is, he gets paid if you go ahead with Mama Bear. Now, this is where my friend got this idea that there was $129 for a complete online will package, which means a will, a healthcare power of attorney, and what they're calling a finance power of attorney, which really just means a general durable power of attorney. And it turns out, of course, that you're not actually getting this, like I said, from Dave Ramsey. If you go down here, you enter in all this information, what happens is it takes you to Mama Bear legal forms, and it tells you that right up front. It also tells you down here that what you're doing is giving Dave Ramsey your marketing information, and he's got nothing to do with the forms themselves. He's not guaranteeing anything. You go over to Mama Bear legal forms. What happens when you go there? So this is what it looks like. Here's Dave again. All right, they are very high on that. It turns out, by the way, that if you actually go down and start your will for $129, what happens is you actually add on a spouse. Let's say it's two of you. Now we're talking about adding on a spouse for another $69. So when you add those two together, you're at $198 for a couple. And if you're in Kentucky and you pay sales tax on top of that at 6%, you're at almost $210. Now, what do you get for your $210, you might want to know? And you should ask exactly that question. So the question becomes, oh, it just occurred to me, apologies. You did not actually see that bit. I need to pop over here and show you the other screen that I was seeing. Otherwise, everything I just told you about Mama Bear legal forms, I just realized you didn't actually see. So this is Mama Bear legal forms. This is where you go if you click through the Dave Ramsey site. There's Dave's picture. And here's what you get. So first off, in benefits, you might want to know. So what do you get here? Well, free modifications. You can change your documents. So these are prefabricated online forms. You can change them for 180 days. My guess is within the first 6 months, you're not going to change these things around anyway, precisely because presumably when you draft it in the first place, you're going to hang it up on the shelf and things aren't going to change very much in the first 6 months. It's after that that things might get interesting, when people might change out of your life. Maybe you want to change an executor, change a guardian, that sort of thing after 6 months. 6 months would be a really short time for your documents to start going south. So what they're doing, of course, is they're setting you up to have to pay them again and again. It's fine. 100% guarantee. Now I want you to pay attention to here. 100% guarantee. Mama Bear stands behind our forms with a satisfaction guarantee. You will not find anything on here about what that actually means. Okay, the closest thing that you will find to something like that is this. They value your business. If you aren't completely satisfied, contact them and they will eagerly work toward a resolution. I have no idea what that means. Okay, and neither do you. And they never flesh that out, by the way. What they do make clear, by the way, in their terms of use, which you should read, no one ever does, but you're well advised to do it. They are making no warranty, okay? Makes no warranty that the site, their services, or materials will meet your requirements, okay? That they'll be available uninterrupted. They're making no guarantee or warranty of anything, and they are very clear up here that they're not a law firm and they don't perform legal services. In fact, if you're unsure whether your particular situation requires that a document should be changed, I'm sorry, I forgot this. Mama Bear are not a substitute for the advice or services of an attorney. If you're unsure about a document, you should consult a lawyer. In other words, friends, what this is doing is completely washing hands of any responsibility, liability, anything of the kind. So what Mama Bear is telling you it's going to do, what Dave Ramsey's recommended sources telling you they're going to do, is you fill out their online questionnaire, they will deliver up documents electronically, by the way. There's no paper documentation. That's on you, okay? You will get a PDF, and they will give you some instructions about going to get it signed, and good luck to you. Nobody's guaranteeing anything. That's for $210. Now, I will tell you, it's fast. I've actually gone through the process. I'm not going to do it all here. You can do it quickly. If you already know everything, so I knew exactly what to do. I knew all the choices that I would make. You can get through it in less than 20 minutes. There's no question about it, okay? But I want to be really clear about that. You can get through it in less than 20 minutes. That's not the same thing as accomplishing your actual goals. And it's no substitute for the power of actual conversation with a professional who knows what's going on. I want to give you just a few snippets of some recent clients of mine who talk about the importance of having those conversations, of having questions answered. So I'm going to give you a couple of families. Here's one I worked with recently. We talk about first just their overall experience, but you'll hear talk about the questions being answered and the importance of that.
It was very simple. I mean,
so easy.
You walked through the whole process with us step by step. You answered a lot of our questions. It was very easy to do.
Okay, that's the process that they're talking about with me. The 1 hour wills process, where here's how it goes. If you want to work with me, we have a conversation first. We have a video conference that's free and without obligation. You'll see the link to get to it above or below, depending whether you're looking at Facebook or YouTube. You click on there, you schedule a time that's convenient for you. You and your spouse, if you're married, will get on and we'll talk. Before we have that conversation, you'll see there's a link to fill out a questionnaire. Of course, I want a questionnaire so I can have information about you. So when we start talking, I can start adding value to your situation right away. If you like what you're hearing during that conversation, and I think it makes sense for us to work together, then I'll draft documents for you completely for free, put them up on an online review platform for a week. You can look at them at your leisure. And if you have questions, if you have concerns, this is my satisfaction upfront guarantee. You look at that for a little bit upfront. You tell me if you have questions, concerns, if you think they're corrections, I go ahead and make them. And by the end of the week, that's when you make your decision. Or you can do it sooner if you'd like. And tell me, yes, I want to keep the documents, in which case you pay just $297. Or you say, no, thanks. You walk away, you absolutely nothing. The end. But you got the consultation with me for free upfront as well. So you got that benefit. That's not part of what Mama Bear is selling at all, okay? So that's not in there one bit. I want you to hear from somebody else about the importance of having that conversation, of talking to an actual attorney.
We found Duncan to be thoughtful, asked great questions, helped us really to think about things we didn't think about before.
Exactly. That's part of the power. No online questionnaire is going to help you think about things you didn't think about them before the way that talking to a real professional who's been doing this for a while will help you to be able to do. I want you to hear from one more couple I worked with recently.
During the conversation, you helped us identify maybe some one-offs or just made sure that we had thought through the process entirely before we went ahead and finalized the decisions that we had talked about.
That's exactly right. Okay, that's the whole point. That's the power of having a conversation with an actual professional. So what are the differences between these things? I just want to make super clear. I'm not dumping on Dave Ramsey. He gives great advice. And in particular, the advice to get your will done is excellent advice. It's how you get it done that matters. All right. For $210 in Kentucky after sales tax, all right, a married couple using Dave Ramsey's recommended Mama Bear legal forms is going to have to first, you're going to pay in full upfront. You don't even start the process until you have paid them. As we've already seen in this video, they're providing no guarantees of anything at all, including even a satisfaction guarantee that says, well, we'll work for a resolution. What does that even mean? Nobody knows. They never spell it out. What they are super clear about is if the documents don't work, it's on you. They're not a law firm. They're not providing any help in that regard. Sorry about you. All right. They're giving you electronic document delivery only. There is no opportunity to talk to an attorney at any point along the way. And this is really important. Because they're not a law firm, they are providing no protection. If for some reason their documents don't work, and they're super clear about this, you're on your own, or the people you've left behind have no recourse at all. That should give you pause. Now compare that to 1 hour wills and working with me for $297. So for less than $90 more, you end up with first an hour-long consultation with me. You and your spouse, if you're married, we actually talk these things through. You just saw the power of those conversations from the clients that I've worked with. And I've got bunches more. Those are just some videos that I have here. The power of having that conversation and having me dig out the different issues, and we think through these things together. Sometimes they're not even legal issues. Sometimes they're just, does this family member really make sense? And let's go through it. Maybe at the end you agree that that person does, but we had the conversation, so you have more peace with it when it's all done. Okay, I will prepare the actual documents, all right? They're not just some prefab forms out there where names are being dropped in from a questionnaire. I actually prepare them and make sure they're right. As I mentioned before, you get to review them for free for a week before you pay anything. All of this happens. All this work gets done. I do everything I can think to do to make sure you're satisfied with your will, testamentary trust to make sure your children are cared for, your general durable power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, living will, and HIPAA authorization, all included for two of you at the same price, $297. It's all inclusive. All right. I make sure that's on there. You review it all on an online review platform for free for a week. You tell me when you're ready to pull the trigger one way or the other. You tell me you don't like them, we walk away. You tell me you like them, I get them to you electronically immediately. And I actually print them up and bind them up in a 3-ring binder for each of you, and boom, they come out in the mail to you. All right. And in addition to having instructions about how you can get your documents signed on your own, you can come have them signed in my office at the different times that we have will signing clinics. Right now we're on pause because of the coronavirus situation, but we will be doing those again soon. Here's the really important part. Because I'm a practicing attorney, I carry malpractice liability insurance. So if heaven forbid something goes wrong, there's somebody actually standing behind these documents and any kind of problem that might be caused if they're wrong, God forbid. Okay. If I malpractice, I'm liable, and my malpractice carrier is standing behind me. Nobody is standing behind what's coming out of Mama Bear legal forms. They're very clear about that. So here's one other thing I want to offer to you as an added incentive to get your planning done now, period, but also to think about doing it with me versus just some online service. For every plan that is paid for through the end of April, particularly because of this coronavirus situation, I'm going to give $50 to Scarlet Hope, which is an amazing ministry here in Louisville and in the region to help women come out of the horrible adult entertainment industry and share with them the gospel. I will also give $50 for each paid plan through the end of April to Recenter Ministries, which helps reach some of the drug addicted and homeless and otherwise hurting people here in Louisville and the surrounding area to help them come away from that kind of life, get them rehabilitated, and reach them with the gospel as well. So I would encourage you to do what Dave Ramsey says. Don't wait another minute. Get your will done. Listen to Dave. I agree with him on this, 100%. Get your will done. But when you're trying to decide what makes the most sense for you, just take all these things into account. All right? Think about the convenience of online. You can do that with an online service like Mama Bear, or you can do it online with me. We can have a video conference, get actual consultation with an actual attorney, as opposed to none at all. You get actual coverage in the form of, if something goes wrong with these forms, if something happens with Mama Bear, there's nobody to help you. That's it, you're done. Whereas I actually am liable if I commit malpractice. That's true, all right? There's also just the matter of making sure that your plan covers your situation, that is customized to you. There's very little of that you can do in an online service. I can do all kinds of stuff as an actual attorney who can draft things. So you make the choice, it's yours. You can get not a lot for $210 from Mama Bear and services like it. Or you can get a real plan with real professional advice from an actual attorney really quickly from 1 Hour Wills and me. Choice is yours. I hope you make the right one. I hope to be talking to you soon. Thank you so much for your time. Please do share this video, especially with folks who are Dave Ramsey fans. I want them to hear this. Again, I'm not knocking on Dave. I love Dave. That's great. Okay. But I think in this particular area, I would advise when you have a choice like that, where there's so much more benefit on one side for just a little bit more, I can't imagine wanting to go with the cheaper one just because it's cheaper when you're getting next to nothing. But that's just me. You make the decision for yourself. Thanks so much for your time. I'll talk to you again next time. Till then, take care.